Cardiac cycle. We have seen the homeostasis and the composition of blood and the structure of heart in a short term in the previous classes, and the homeostasis, which is the process of clotting of blood or the stopping of blood through the cuts or the wounds, and in that we have studied the three steps to prevent the outflow of blood. And next we are going to study about the cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle. What is the cardiac cycle? What is the cardiac cycle? The cardiac cycle is the process, or it is the term used to describe the relaxation and the contraction that occur as the heart works to pump. Means when heart gets pumped, or it is pumping the blood through the steps or through the heart valves to the other parts of the body, the pumping which goes into the blood or inside the heart, means the process of pumping of the blood or the contraction and the relaxation process are known to be as cardiac cycle. Means the term used to describe the pumping of blood by contraction and relaxation. Contraction and relaxation of heart or heart valves or chambers. Means assume that this is a heart, it has two arteries and two ventricles. Means in this, particularly two arteries contract simultaneously and the two ventricles contract simultaneously. And after that, complete two arteries and the two ventricles completely relaxed. In that time, the blood which is pumped inside the heart will supply or pumped to the all parts of the body, to all parts of the body. Means that this process of relaxation and contraction of the heart valves or the heart chambers are known to be as the cardiac cycle. Are known to be as the cardiac cycle. And the next, the heart rate is used in the term of frequency of cardiac cycle. Heart rate means the rate of the heart or the frequency of heart is measured in the frequency of cardiac cycle. Heart rate is term to use describe the frequency of cardiac cycle. Means what is the rate of the heart or what is the time period of heart pumping or the heart beating per minute or per hour or per second. Means that frequency is described in the term of heart rate. It is considered as the fourth vital signs. Usually it is calculated as the number of contractions of the heart in 1 minute. Means the heart rate is calculated in the term or in the frequency of number of contractions, or we can say heartbeat per minute or in 1 minute or in 1 minute and expressed as beats per minute. Expressed as beats per minute. Means the heart rate or the heartbeat is calculated as the number of beats per minute or the number of contraction in 1 minute of the heart and expressed it as a beats per minute. We can call it as beat PM beats per minute or beats in 1 minute. Means how many times a heart beats per minute or in a single minute, we can be calculated as the number of contractions of the heart. And the next, when resting, the adult human beats for about in the normal human or in the resting human adult human in the resting position, his heart beats about for 70 bpm. 70 bpm beats per minute. It is in the case of male. It is in the case of male. Means a adult human heart beats about 70 times per minute in the case of male, and in the case of female, it about it is in the case of also adult human. Means here there is no distinction of male or female. 75 bpm in the case of female. Means 75 beats per minute in the case of female. Means 75 heartbeats are produced in a single minute in the adult human of female, and 70 beats are produced in a single minute of male or adult human male. It also but this 70 and 75 ppm beats per minute are varies between the people. However, the reference range is normally between 60 bpm and 100 bpm. Means it is the normal range. If it is a less in 60 bpm, if it is less bpm, if less, it is said to be as bradycardia. Bradycardia means between the people the number of beats per minute, it may be male or it may be female. 70 and 75 bpm, it is the normal range. Between the 70 and the 75 normal range, if there is a too much less or the nominally less as 60 bpm, it is said to be as gradually less heartbeat. Means this gradually less heartbeat can be termed as a bradycardia, and it is the or it may be above the normal level, or if greater to 100 bpm, means 100 beats per minute. It may be called it as tachycardia. Tachycardia means if less in the range of 60 ppm, we call it as the bradycardia. Bradycardia, it's not bradycardia. Bradycardia, and if greater to 100 ppm, it may be called as bradycardia. And in the resting, heart rate can be significantly lower in athletes and significantly higher in obese. Means this heartbeat can be varied in the athletes because of their physical fitness or workouts. The body can increase the heart rate in response to wide variety of conditions. In order to increase the cardiac output, the amount of blood ejected by the heart per unit time, means the cardiac output. Cardiac output, we call it for amount of blood. The amount of blood ejected by heart per unit time. We call it as the cardiac output. Means how much of amount is released or ejected or thrown out by the heart in a per unit time can be calculated or can be said as the cardiac output. The heart rate increase above the resting level. The pulse is the most straightforward way to measuring the heart rate. Pulse is the straight way, means the normal way, because way to measure the heart beat. Means normally we have seen the doctors, they are using the hands and seen measuring the heart rate by pressing the pulse in our hand. By the pressing of pulse, we can observe the heartbeat and how many times the heart is beating per minute. In these cases, as happens of some arrhythmias, the heart rate may be considerably higher than major stages, atrial systole, ventricular systole, and complete diastole. Means this cardiac cycle can be studied under the three stages, or it involves these three stages every single beat. Every single beat involves the three stages or three major stages. Involves the three major stages of cardiac cycle. And next, the main three stages of cardiac cycle, or every single beat of heart involves the three major stages. They are cardiac atrial systole, atrial systole, second one ventricular systole, and complete cardiac diastole. Means atrial systole. What is atrial systole? Atrial systole. It is the condition where the two atria are coming contraction. Atrial systole. It is where two atria are simultaneously comes to the contraction. Means atrial systole, it is the condition where two atria are going to contract in the same period of time, and is said to be atrial systole. And the ventricular systole, where in ventricular systole the two ventricles are going to contract or comes in the position of contraction in same period of time, or simultaneously, and the two ventricles are going to get contract in a particular same time, and complete cardiac diastole. After the contraction of two ventricles and after contraction of two articles or the atria, after that the simultaneously both two atria and two ventricles which are gets contracted, they come in position of relaxation, and the pumping of blood takes place. Means these two ventricles and the ventricles are going to relax at the same time, and this relaxation of two artericles and the two ventricles are known to be as complete relaxation of heart or complete cardiac diastole. Complete cardiac diastole means in this atrial systole or the heartbeat or every single beat involves the three major stages where atrial systole and the ventricular systole and the complete cardiac diastole are you can see. And in the atrial systole, in this atrial systole, where involves the two artericles or the two arterias, where these two arterias are going to contract or come in the position of systolic position in the same time of period or the simultaneous period of contraction, and this position of simultaneous contraction of two arterias are said to be as atrial systole. And next comes the ventricular systole. In this ventricular systole, we can observe the two ventricles are taking place their function, and in this the two ventricles which are present in the heart are going to contract, are going to come in the position of systolic position in the same period of time or in a simultaneous period of time, and this simultaneous period of contraction of two ventricles are going to be called as, are said to be as ventricular systole. And next, the complete cardiac diastole, where it involves the two artericles and the two ventricles. In this, where in the atrial systole and the ventricular systole, the two arteries and the two ventricles are going to contract. In this complete cardiac diastole, they will get completely diastole or completely comes in the position of relaxation, and two artericles and the two ventricles are relaxed in their position, and this the complete relaxation of two ventricles and the artericles are going to be seen as the pumping of blood, and this process we call it as the complete cardiac diastole or the complete relaxation of heart. And this is the particular three major stages of production of single heartbeat. The blood pressure increases and decreases as ventricles contract and the pressure rise cause the AV valves to slam shut. The next is systole. Systole. The heart is systole phase. The heart in the systole phase. Systole of contraction of the heart is initiated by electrical cells. Systole or contraction is initiated or started by electrical cells of the SA node or sinoatrial node. Sinoatrial node, and with the heart natural pacemaker is the heart's natural pacemaker. It is activated spontaneously by due to depolarization of the membranes of particular threshold of excitation. At this point, the voltage gated calcium channels into the membrane of the open and allow calcium ions to pass through into the sarcoplasm or interior. The muscle cells, some calcium ion bind to receptors on the sarcoplasmic reticulum, causing influx of that calcium ions into the sarcoplasm. The calcium ions bind into the troponin, causing a conformation change, breaking the bond between the protein tropomyosin, in which the troponin is attached at the myosin binding sites. This allows the myosin heads to bind to the myosin binding site of actin protein filament, and the results in contraction results in the myosin head draws the actin filament along the bond by ATP, causing them to release and actin and return to their original position, breaking down the ATF in this historic position or the releasing of myosin. The breakdown of ATP or adenosine triphosphate into ADP, adenosine diphosphate, and a phosphate group. In the phosphate group, you can see the action potential gets into the passage of sodium ions through the gas junction that connect the sarcoplasm of the adjacent areal, and noradrenaline also affects the atrioventricular node, reducing the delay before continuing the conduction of action potential via the bundles of S. And the next is the diastole. The heart in the diastole phase, cardiac diastole, is the period of time when the heart relaxes after contraction. It is about the systole or the contraction of heart. Only the contraction, not the relaxation. Relaxation we call it as a diastole. diastole. In this diastole, the heart is the diastole phase. Cardiac diastole is the period of time when the heart relaxes. Is the period of time when the heart relaxes after contraction. Diastole, it is the period of time where after the contraction the position of relaxation are said to be known as diastole. In the preparation of refilling the circulating blood, in the preparation of the preparation for refilling the circulating blood. Means it is the diastole where the position of the heart after the contraction and the period of time where the heart relaxes after the contraction and the situation during the preparation of refilling of circulatory blood. Ventricular diastole is when the ventricles are relaxing, while arterial diastole is when arteries are relaxing. Yes, ventricular diastole is when the ventricles are relaxing and the arterial diastole is when the atria are relaxing. Together they are known as complete cardiac diastole. Together they are known as complete cardiac diastole. As I said before that, complete cardiac diastole means complete relaxation of both the articles and the ventricles. During the ventricular diastole, the pressure of in the left ventricle drops from the peak that it reaches in systole. When the pressure in the left ventricle drops to the below the pressure in the left atrium, the mitral valve opens and the left ventricle fills the blood that was accumulating in the left atrium. Likewise, when the pressure in the right ventricle drops below, that is the right atrium, the tricuspid valve opens and the right ventricle fills with the blood that was in the right atrium. Means when the pressure of the ventricles Means pressure of left ventricle is in peak that it reaches in systole. When pressure in left atrium drops below pressure, when pressure in left atrium drops below pressure, the left atrium, the mitral valve opens. The left atrium, the mitral valve opens. The left ventricle fills the blood and it's the blood which was accumulating in left atrium. Likewise, when the pressure in the right ventricle drops below, likewise, pressure in left right ventricle drops below right atrium. The tricuspid valve opens and right ventricles fills the blood that was in the right atrium. Means after the reaching of normal range of the pressure in particular atrium or the ventricular, it is released to the another atrium or another ventricle when their pressure is at the level of peak. And this is about the diastole and the systole and the cardiac cycle. And tomorrow we can discuss about the production of conduction of heartbeat, the or the heart sound, how the heart makes the sound and how the sound was is being produced from the heart, which particular nerve or the structure produces the heart sound and so on.